by the way, disclosure, you may want to grab a snack because I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I like to talk a lot, so I have a feeling this is going to be a longer video, so grab a snack. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are very festive today because I am giving you some holiday books that you can choose from to read. This isn't really a recommendation video because I have not read any of these books that I'm about to talk about. However, these are books that I have accumulated over the past year that I want to read during the Christmas season. And these are books that I hope to read in December. I already started reading Christmas books yesterday. I'll tell you which one it is when we get to it, but I stopped on my other books and I am now just exclusively reading Christmas books to get me in the Christmas mood because Thanksgiving is done, so it is now officially Christmas season, although it was Christmas season for me after Halloween. People don't like that, so now I can officially be official with Christmas and people won't yell at me. So if you would like to learn of some new Christmas books maybe you haven't heard of, it'll get you in the Christmas spirit, just keep watching. And if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Katie. I make bookish videos. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of me, and hit the like button if you like this video. Without further ado, let's talk about some Christmas books. Okay, so Christmas is like my time to shine. Okay, everyone has spooky season. That's all well and good. But Christmas is me, okay? I love Christmas. I love decorations. I love it. So these books are up my alley. I hope to read as many as I can. Again, I probably don't know how many I'm going to get done because I do have a full-time internship and in school. So we're going to hope for a good many. But I'll have this split into two parts. The first part will be YA books and the second part will be adult books. I do tend to have, well actually, I have a good mix of both. They're equal. So if you don't find a YA book, you may find an adult book. But I'm going to start with the book that I don't have a copy of, and I probably won't get to it because I'm pretty sure this is the only book I have read before. But it's called My True Love Gave Me, and I will put a picture up here of what it is. It is from 12 different authors, and it's basically just like an anthology series. There's 12 stories in the book. And so even if you just read one book over the season, it could be that one, and you could like space it out like one story every 2 days, and it'll lead you like to December 24th. So it'll lead you all the way up until Christmas, and the authors are like Holly Black, David Leviathan, Gail Forman, Jenny Hawk, and Rainbow Rowell are just like a few of the authors that are in that book. There's 12 altogether, like I said, but it is a good, like, if you just want to read one book, you can like space it out over the whole month. My family is talking so loud. Okay, the rest of the books I actually do have physical copies of. The second book that I have here is called The Afterlife of Holly Chase, and this is by Cynthia Hand. This is a modern gender swap story of The Christmas Carol. Basically, this girl is visited by the three ghosts, past, present, and future, and she, at the end of it, does not change her ways when visited by the ghosts. So she has to go to work at Project Scrooge when she dies as the new ghost of Christmas past. And the tagline says, "Every Scrooge deserves a second chance." So like I said, I haven't read any of these books that I'm going to be talking about, so they're not like reviews or anything, but I think that this sounds super cool because Christmas Carol, it just goes hand in hand, and the fact that she actually didn't change, so now we're going to see like, well, what happens when you don't change? Well, you become the ghost of Christmas past. That's what happens. So now she's going to have to deal with that, and I'm assuming that she will probably change at the end of it, but wouldn't it be something like at the end the heroine didn't change and she's still just like she just acts the way she does? Because I know it's Christmas and it's supposed to be like happy-go-lucky, but sometimes I'm just like, I want to know what happens when you don't change your ways. What happens? You become the ghost of Christmas past. Okay, the next book is called Let It Snow. This one is a staple in the YA community. I'm pretty sure everyone has read this book. But it is another anthology series. There's 3 stories in here by the 3 different authors. The authors are John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. This was also made into a Netflix original movie last year, which I have not watched, but I hear it's okay, I guess. But all I know about this is that the stories kind of intertwine with each other. They're all kind of connected, but there's 3 individual stories. So this is another one that you can read if you are looking to just a fun, quick read. You could do a story every week if you wanted and be close to Christmas by the time you were done it. Or you can just skip and just watch the movie if you don't want to read the book. But I've heard good things about it, but I've also heard not so good things about the movie, so I guess you pick and choose your poison. The next 2, well technically I guess 3 books, the next 2 books that I own are from the Dash and Lily series, which is also just turned into a Netflix original series if you're interested in watching it. But the first book is called Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I started this yesterday, and so far it's so cute. This is based around Christmas time in New York City, which just sounds amazing to me. Come on, Christmas, New York, trees, lights. Not right now, but like a year ago. Sounds like my kind of thing. Yes, please. Yes, please. But what she does, this girl named Lily ends up putting a book of dares into a red notebook, and she sticks it in a bookshelf at a bookstore. And this boy named Dash at the beginning of the book finds it, and she gives him these prompts to do that's in the bookstore at first, and he follows them and it leads to the next thing and so on and so forth. And that's all I've gotten so far. But the premise just sounds so cool. To me, walking to a bookstore just sounds cool because I can't do that where I live. So my dream is just to be able to walk to a bookstore, hermit in that bookstore for hours, and not have anyone bother me. That sounds like the perfect day. But again, it cannot happen where I live, so I have to live vicariously through these characters here. But I'm assuming that this is just how the whole book is. I don't know when they'll meet. Sometime, I assume, because there is a sequel and a 3rd book in the series. But yeah, the first book is the series that's on Netflix. So if you read the book and want to watch the DVD. So if you've read the book and want to watch the TV series for Christmas, I mean, it sounds like it's a good thing. I've heard good things about it so far, so I'll probably watch it once I get done reading it. The second book in the series is The 12 Days of Dash and Lily. I didn't even tell you who it was by. It's by Rachel Kahn and David Leviathan. Same characters from the first one. Lily's grandfather suffers a heart attack in this one, and she kind of loses her Christmas spirit. So Dash and her brother, I don't know her brother's name. I thought I had it written down, but I don't. Kind of help her get back into the Christmas spirit. I've heard this one's not as good as the first one, but again, it's still around the holidays, so I included it in the video. And then the 3rd book, I don't have it, but it apparently just came out recently because it was for the whole release of the Netflix series, and it's called Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily. And again, it's around Christmas time, but they are now, spoiler, I guess, if you haven't read the first one, I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but now, so spoiler in case you didn't know. But they're now in a long distance relationship. One's in England, one's still in New York City, so they kind of have to manage that. But I don't have that book, and so I can't tell you if it was any good or not. But that is also a Christmas-y book, I guess. The next book that is on my list is What Light, and that is by Jay Asher. Yes, he is also the writer and author of 13 Reasons Why, but before you go and just completely disregard this book, remind you, he did not write the TV series 13 Reasons Why. That was someone completely different, so we cannot hold that against him. Okay. That's a whole different video. But What Light is about a girl who lives on a Christmas tree farm, and every Christmas her family moves from the Christmas tree farm down to California. I assume the Christmas tree farm's in Oregon, because I say down, and they said down, so I assume it's up in those states. and they set up the Christmas trees for the Christmas season in California. So she ends up living like these two different lives. And she meets a boy named Caleb, and her two separate lives kind of collide into one. And she has to help him kind of overcome this obstacle that he's facing and help him find forgiveness from people. And just, you know, a good heartfelt Christmas story. It's probably like a Hallmark book, but for a young adult. The feels that I'm getting, but it sounds really good in the cover. I love the cover. It was just pretty with all the lights. So the last young adult book that I have is called All I Want for Christmas, and if there was a young adult book that was a Hallmark movie, this one is it. I just got this at Walmart like a couple days ago. It is by Wendy, I am gonna butcher this last name, Logia, but this girl named Bailey is all about Christmas, kind of like your girl here. She loves to bake. I don't bake, but I do love Christmas. She loves to bake, loves to go on snowy sleigh rides, loves the holiday music, holiday movies, but all she wants for Christmas is to have someone to kiss under the mistletoe, and she is for sure certain that it is not Jacob Marley. Now, when I didn't even read this, I kind of like picked up the book because I liked the cover, but Jacob Marley, if you don't know, is one of the ghosts from the original Christmas Carol. So I was like, oh, it's a cute little Easter egg. But she's for sure that it's not him. But she is for sure that it is Charlie, the mysterious stranger with the British accent. I am for sure it's probably him too. For me, not for her. Because you know who it's going to end up being. It'll end up being Jacob Marley, because that's just how these books go. The person she doesn't think it is, and we are all okay with that because it's Christmas and that's just all we care about is the cuteness of a Christmas book. So it says, this will be a December to remember, filled with real-life Christmas magic, and if she stays on Santa's nice list, a wish that just might come true. But I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be Jacob Marley and not Charlie with a British accent, but he can be under my tree as long as he's over the age of 18. So now I'm on to all my adult books. I have 8 adult books in total, so I'm going to try to whip out of these. The first book I have is Mistletoe Mayhem and Mr. Right, book 1 of the McKenna Sisters series by Riley Ridolfi. It looks like this. It is so cute. Okay, I love it. But this book is about Molly McKenna, and I assume the next books are about the other sisters. But she loves Christmas, as does all these girls in these books, because come on. All she wants to do is build a Christmas village with twinkly lights and enjoy the holidays with someone special. She has someone special in mind. That would be her. This is how they've written. I'm not kidding. She would like to spend the holidays with her sexy Aussie boss of 3 years, Sebastian Tate. These women and these accents, man. It's the accents. But, so she believes one kiss under the mistletoe will prove to Sebastian that they belong together. So she recruits her friend named Hunter to help her kind of scheme so they'll end up under the mistletoe together. So I don't know why, but she ends up bringing her boss home for the holidays to Connecticut. But what she doesn't know is that Hunter has a plan all his own. He would like to get under the mistletoe with her this holiday season, so he follows her and her boss back to their home in Connecticut. So her family's there, her boss, Hunter. It's going to be a good time. Does it sound like a Hallmark movie? It should, because all these could be, but I'm not complaining. Okay, the next book is called The 12 Dates of Christmas. This is by Jenny Bayliss. This is about Kate Turner, who is a successful designer over in England, and she has it like all figured out, and she's like, I don't need this or that to be happy, but her friend's like, well, you know what, actually you do need, you know, someone in your life, because right now Kate is just working as a designer, and then like as a side hustle she is baking for her friend Matt's neighborhood cafe. So her other friend's like, you know what, actually I think I want to like sign you up for a dating agency and see where things go. So she signs her up, and that is how she gets the 12 dates with the 12 different prospects. And by the end of the all disastrous dates I've read, it was in the synopsis, as I haven't read this book yet. We've already discussed this. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. By the end of this, she figures out that love was always under her nose all along. So I have an idea where this book's going to go, but either way, it's still cute. The cover's cute. I love an illustrated cover. Yes. Okay, the next two books are in a series. And the first one is called The Tourist Attraction, and these books are based in Moose Springs, Alaska. But this is about a boy named Graham who decided to open up a diner, and as a joke, he called it the Tourist Trap. Well, now it is a tourist trap. He jinxed himself because he ends up always having to cook food for tourists. Cue the girl in the story named Zoe. She is vacationing in Moose Springs and sees him, and she's like, I'm locking eyes. I like him. Let's see where this goes. And through a random act of kindness, they meet. She kind of discovers that there's more to him than meets the eye. So it's kind of just a cute, it would be a Hallmark movie if it could. Like, Hallmark needs to make it into a movie. It just sounds like it would be a good Hallmark movie. And it is by Sarah Morgenthaler. That is the first book. The second book is called Mistletoe and Mr. Right, and it is by the same author. And this one just sounds a whole lot funnier. Lana Montgomery is the main girl in this story, and she is a socialite who comes to Alaska in search of the big moose that's up there called Santa Moose, and she kind of wants to kill it. I don't know why she wants to kill it, but she wants to hunt this thing, and she I don't know why a socialite would want to go hunting for a moose, or Santa Moose by all means, but hey, why not? And there is a guy in the story called Rick Harding who also wants to kill this, I don't know why I keep saying kill, it sounds so bad, wants to hunt the Santa Moose. Well, she goes hunting, she ends up shooting this guy with the tranquilizers that she's going to use for the moose, and you know what's going to happen. They're going to hang out, talk, sparks will fly, and it'll just be a good time. I just want to see a socialite go hunting for a moose. It sounds very intriguing. Okay, the next book is one that I'm sure a lot of people have already read or are going to read, and that is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren is a very well-known romance author in the adult romance world, so I'm sure a lot of people will already be reading this, but this is basically Christmas in Groundhog Day form. This girl named Malin is living with her parents, and she's just not having very good luck in the love or job department. So they end up going to their Christmas cabin that they go to every year, but this year is going to be the last year. And two love interests from her past are also going, and she's driving up to the cabin, and she's like, you know what, world? I just need a sign. Just show me what's going to make me happy. Bam, boom. She blacks out, she wakes up, she's on the airplane to go to the cabin again, and it's just her kind of reliving the day over and over again until she makes the right decisions or finally discovers, hey, I don't need a man. What a concept. I can be happy all on my own. But apparently, you know, we don't do that in these type of books. We always have a man present. It's fine. I'm just projecting my own self into these books, but it sounds good nonetheless. The next book is called One Day in December by Josie Silver. And while this isn't like technically a Christmassy book, it is like a holiday-ish book. This woman is on the bus ride home one December day. She looks out the window. She meets eyes. Is that how you say it? I think so. She meets eyes. I'm going to say it anyway. I don't know if it makes sense. But she meets eyes with a stranger who, as soon as she sees him, she is instantly head over heels, love at first sight. She tries to get off the bus to see him, but he's already gone. She can't get the bus to stop. So she spends all this time searching for him. She like spends a year looking for this guy. Well, next Christmas at her friend's Christmas party, she introduces the girl to her new boyfriend. Yes, you're guessing right. The boyfriend is none other than the man at the bus stop who she saw last year, who now she can't date because that's against the girl code. We don't do that. So now I don't know what's going to happen, but she's going to have to figure out a way to live with it, I guess. I don't know. I would like to say that she moves on and finds someone else and all is happy with the world, but I am sure the book is going to go a completely different way, and it's going to be like they'll end up together. Well, you know how it is. It does span like a 10-year time period, so I'm getting a lot of like Love, Rosie vibes. If you've ever seen Love, Rosie, it's on Amazon Prime if you haven't, but like kind of like misconnections, you know, how they love each other but they won't tell each other and you're just like shaking them, but just tell each other. Okay, the next book is called We Met in December, and it is by Rosie Curtis, and it looks like this. And this is about a girl named Jess who takes a room in like an apartment building for the month of December to stay in. And she actually falls in love with the guy who's also on her floor named Alex. I had to look down because I couldn't remember if his name was Alex or not. And they share a meal over Christmas. And then she goes on Christmas vacation for 2 weeks, comes back. He is now dating the girl on the next floor up. So she has to spend the whole next year sharing a bathroom with this guy. She's in love with him. He doesn't know. I'm sure it'll be hilarity. And at the end, they'll end up together because that's just how these books work. But it still sounds cute, and I'm all about cute and Christmas. So the last book. We are to the last book. If you made it this far, give yourselves a hand because you're the real MVP. Give myself a hand because my voice is ready to crack. And leave a Christmas tree emoji. I was going to put it here, but I'm sure my computer will not allow me to do it. But put a Christmas tree emoji if you've made it this far as we talk about the last book. The last book is called Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe, and that is by Melissa De La Cruz. And it is also a Hallmark original movie if you're interested in watching it. I'll warn you, it is nothing like the book. My sister has seen the movie and I told her the premise of this book and she's like, oh, that's nothing like the movie. So if you're wanting the book to be like the movie or the book to be like, it's not. So just go in with fair warning that it's nothing like that. But this is a gender swapping retelling of none other than Pride and Prejudice. So we have the girl whose name is Darcy Fitzwilliam and the boy who is Luke Bennett. So they are our main characters in this story. And that's really all I know. I really don't know what this one's about. It says she's never without her 3 cell phones. She's never been in love. Never goes home for Christmas if she can help it, but when Darcy's mother falls ill, she comes home to Ohio to spend the season with her family. At her parents' annual Christmas bash, she is reunited with the one man she cannot stand, which is her neighbor, Luke. So I assume love will prevail because Pride and Prejudice, and I know that story, and this is Christmas, and it just kind of happens. But I'm telling you, wouldn't it be something if like love didn't prevail at the end of this? I don't know. I'm going to write a Christmas book where love doesn't prevail at the end. You're going to be like, what? Plot twist. I just hit my hand. I'm done. We're done. Okay, guys, that is all of my Christmas books. That was a lot. I've talked a lot. My voice is going to break. I need a drink. Preferably something with caffeine in it because I'm tired and I have to edit. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of my videos. But let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these, if you're going to read any of these, or if you have any holiday recommendations for me, because I would love to have more book recommendations for my ever-growing TBR list that seems to never end. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Look forward to my December TBR. It should be coming up in the next couple days after this one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. I mean, just once, I like to see powerful woman, doesn't need a man, and at the end, plot twist, no man. We don't need you thinking, man? Say hello to my little friend.